Theater of the Mind Flare.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Flayer, a D&D play podcast set in the homebrewed world of Jekyll. We've got 2 DMs for some reason, which can only mean twice the fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at
Theater of the Mind Flare.
Hey, welcome to Theater of the Mind Flare, the podcast that will tickle your taint and make you call for mommy. I'm Jacob Machin. That's Caleb Dowdall.
Might not be sexual.
so sexual. There's a lot of underlying sexual tones and themes and jokes.
Underlying?
Underlying,
You
yeah.
call the school balls.
There's nothing sexual about balls.
Have you looked at
itself.
balls? They're like
how they
hairy
are.
brains. They're not sexual at all.
It's called bumping uglies for a reason.
Exactly.
None of it's pretty.
You're hearing the dulcet tones of Luke Sykes talking
Hello.
about bumping uglies. How you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
Caleb, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I got some fruity tea that Danielle has made me.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
Thank you,
content.
Danny.
I'm pretty
Tea
content.
is
Welcome.
How are you doing, Danielle?
I'm doing well.
It's good. No
I
fruity
also
tea for
have
yourself?
some fruity tea.
Oh, you do? You do
Yeah.
have fruity tea. Why don't we just call it fruity? Moving on, Hercules Maze.
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
You just showed us some interesting looking underwear.
Yep. And that's where we're going to end that.
Do you have a favorite pair of underwear?
I do have a lucky pair.
Right. Okay. Are they like old or?
No, they're quite nice, but I wear them whenever I want just that little bit of extra confidence or good luck on something.
Gotcha. Interesting.
What makes them so special?
They're surprisingly they're long. Like they're longer underwear. Like they
Old ones
almost
that come down your thighs.
yeah, like and no, but like they're just real soft and like they're pirate themed.
Etterath undies.
Topical.
Do they have Johnny Depp faces on them?
No, but they have anchors and mermaids on them.
Oh.
So cute.
Daelyn, how you doing?
Good.
What's
Good,
up?
Good. I just ate beet pizza. I've never had that in my life. It's so good.
It's delicious. It's really
so
cheap.
good.
and
I didn't
it's
have
really
it last
tasty.
time, and it's so
You didn't? There's still 2 pieces there. Eat it on mic. Caleb will love it.
Poor Caleb.
Or Caleb. He hates his ASMR. Or.
SM or
Sorry. So what does a pirate say?
R
Okay. And if you're going through the alphabet, it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q.
or.
Okay.
I don't see what's funny.
And a vehicle that you drive in is a,
Car
and the letter is,
or
can you say the vehicle and then the letter, one after the other?
car or right? Like you're not going to trip me up.
No, I'm not trying to trip you up. I
feel like you guys don't believe me when I say the letter or.
It's so fascinating. That's
so
the
we
way
believe you.
In the
We
defense of
believe
Caleb,
you.
in the defense of Caleb, say the letter C.
C.
Now say car.
Car.
How's it spelled?
C. K.
We're getting to semantics of
In the
language.
defense of Caleb.
No, but R. He
Yeah,
can make the
But
sound.
C and K.
Yeah.
But he can make the noise. Is the
Look,
strange
English
thing
is
to me.
a funny language.
It's because English is like 4 languages in a trench coat.
Yeah.
That's a very good description
as
of
an English teacher, yes. That yes.
Is that an Irish thing? The letter or?
I've
or am
never
I
heard
just,
that before in my life.
Is that just a
I've
unique thing
never
that
heard
I
that
do?
from Irish people.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
There you go. My accent's fucked up, eh?
Yeah.
It has been getting very Canadian, though, my accent lately, in the last, 6 months or so.
Yeah.
I sent a voice message back to a few of my friends back home. It was about a minute long. I was trying to decide whether to buy some shoes or not, so I was, sending a video of the computer screen and talking at the same time, and they all went, "What the fuck, Caleb? You sound so Canadian there. So Canadian." And it really affected me deeply on a personal level.
You were like, I'm losing my identity.
I'm losing my identity. To be fair, I think it gets a lot stronger when I'm hanging out with Irish people. But when I'm hanging out with you guys, I think I do blunt it a little bit. So if I sound Canadian on this podcast, that's probably why.
I don't think anyone's going
don't
to
sound
accuse you of that.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, bud. You sound like a real true Canadian
Hey,
there.
bud, you're two-ply, bud.
Stop doing that. That's a Letterkenny thing. It's not a real thing.
You're a two-ply, bud.
All right, we're going to play a game. I don't have a name for this game, but pretty much what's going to happen is you're going to pair off. One of you is going to be a reader. One of you is going to be an improviser. Let's nominate that now before I explain what's going on. Who hasn't worked together?
Those two and us two, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
We've done a lot of group games.
Okay, well, we're going to do pairs games.
Yeah.
It's
I
fun.
yelled at him when he was a captain.
You did. Congratulations.
Yes.
So would each of you like to nominate in your group who's going to read from a script and who's going to improvise the in-between lines?
I'll read.
Did you guys just roll to decide who?
I did. Yes, I rolled.
He didn't tell me what the parameters were. He just
No, because I knew what it was.
He rolled a nat 20. He can do whatever he wants.
He actually rolled 100 by the looks of it.
So we're going to begin with... I almost just legitimately called you Etterath as your moniker.
Nice.
We're going to begin with Hercules and Luke. Hercules, you are Vladimir. You are going to start at the yellow line, and you're going to finish at the yellow line.
Cool.
Luke, Vladimir is going to run a scene with you, and whatever he says, you have to improvise in between. And Vladimir, whatever he says to you, you need to continue on with the next line.
Fantastic.
Does that make sense?
All right. Can I know settings? Or
No.
just, nope.
Yeah.
All right.
No. Just whatever happens.
Dramatic reading.
Oh, I know the name of the game.
Yeah.
Off script.
Okay, we'll come up with a name for the game eventually.
Off script.
Can we finish with Jake doing one to Caleb?
Sure.
Should have said.
That's great. Here we go. And begin.
I missed you.
I
And at
miss
the
you.
same time, I was happy. Isn't that a queer thing?
Missing me is queer?
Perhaps it's not quite the right word.
I agree.
Now, there you are again.
Hello.
There. We are again. There I am again.
I am right here behind you. All you need to do is reach back.
Then why do you always come crawling back?
Because you like it when I crawl.
No, but I do. It's because you don't know how to defend yourself. I wouldn't have let them beat you.
But you beat me when I defend myself.
Why not?
Because you told me I'm not allowed to defend myself.
No, I mean before they beat you. I would have stopped you from doing whatever it was you were doing.
Well, that would have been a bad time for everybody.
Then why did they beat you?
Because I asked them to.
No, Gogo. The truth is there are things escape you. Don't escape me. You must feel it yourself.
Only call me Go-Go when you mean it.
Perhaps you weren't. But it's the way of doing it that counts. The way of doing it if you want to go on living.
Oh, Jojo, hug me.
You must be happy too, deep down, if you only knew.
I am happy if you hold me.
To be back with me again?
Yes.
Say you are, even if it's not true.
You know I can't say those words.
Say I am happy.
I can't say those words.
So am I.
So am I.
We are happy.
We are happy.
Thank you very much. Very moving scene.
You know what? Some of those almost worked.
All right, and we're going to finish this off with Caleb improvising.
Wait,
I'm going to read.
You're going to read to me? Why don't I read to you?
No. They've heard me improvise.
Caleb, where would the fun be?
Next time, keep your mouth shut.
Are you doing the crucible?
Shut the fuck up.
What's the crucible?
Find out.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
Cow.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly?
Well, I don't know if she'll fly. She's a bit heavy, but the catapult might do the job.
John,
Yeah,
I'm waiting for you every night.
I know, but I live so far away. I can only come once a week.
I have something better than hope, I think.
What, you replaced Hope?
Surely you're sporting with me.
No, we still have Hope, the cow, right?
I know you clutched my back behind the house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. Or did I dream that?
It's a stallion? We're replacing the cow with a horse?
A wild thing to say. A wild thing may say wild things, but not so wild, I think. I have seen you since she put me out. I have seen you nights.
Yeah, your wife put you out. I come here once a week. We catapult animals in the yard and see how far they fly. Why are we... we know what's going on.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me up to my window, and I've seen you looking up and burning in your loneliness. Don't tell me you've never looked up at my window.
I'm going to be real with you. I thought this was like a friendship thing. We catapulted animals. You're coming on a little hot here, buddy.
How do you call me child?
Because it's a childish thing that we do, okay? It's very immature what we do, but I thought we were on the same page.
Aye, but we did.
We did.
Oh, I marvel at how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife be...
Be what? Say it. Say it.
She is blackening my name in the village. She's telling lies about me. She's a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her. You turn to her.
I don't. She said, oh, they're catapulting dogs now. And I said, no, we don't do dogs. But she said that you were wanting to do dogs in the catapult, and I said, nay. Nay, we only do farm animals.
You love me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is,
I do.
you love me, yeah. John, pity me, pity me.
I'll pity all over you.
Hey guys, remember when this was a D&D podcast?
And scene.
It's much better that way.
Damn, yeah.
Really put a new spin on a classic there, Kayla.
The Crucible, yeah, that was good.
That made it so much better, Caleb.
Yeah, that was
Thing about that.
I like an oblivious John Proctor that's just like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
You know what you should do, Caleb, for a new profession? Is you should do Weird Al Yankovic, but for plays.
I mean, if there's money in it, do you think there's money in it?
Weird Al's not doing too bad for himself.
True.
He's doing really well for himself.
I don't know. I feel weird after that now, so we should just play some.
Wait, hang on. Let's sit in this. What do you feel weird about? What's weird to you?
I don't know. I felt like I opened up in a way I'd never really opened up before. I experienced something inside myself that I didn't know was there.
Was it good? Would you categorize it as good?
Well, I mean, I don't know the catapult laws in Vancouver.
Do you now have
Googling.
Do you have a yearning to catapult?
A yearning to catapult
cows?
Hope the cow into the air, yeah.
He was an improviser all along.
Speaking of improvisers all along, let's play some things in.
Leader of the Mind Flip.
In our last session, you guys left the Balls Academy with your new navigator Bakanov in tow. You picked up some supplies for your trip to Lahias, where you are going to get Bakanov's tattoos, and then he's planning to bring you to Kron. So you picked up some purple potions, Princess Purple Rain it's called, that you learned helps fight off the mist creatures that you encountered the first time you were on the roads. After picking up some supplies, you made your way onto the roads again, finding yourself in this deep silvered mist. You learned something new about the treacherous roads. You learned that sometimes they shift and move. And if you don't concentrate really hard, it's very easy for you to lose your way. It has some kind of effect on your vision and your mind, and your whole orientation can swap in an instant. But Backnav helped you navigate further. You rested up. And on your watch, Safirith, you found yourself covered in even more mist and greeted by a strange figure sitting on a boulder.
Hello there, young child. You're a long way from home.
Who are you and how do you know where my home is?
I know you're a long way from home. You don't belong here, do you?
No, I suppose I don't.
What drew you away from your home?
Why should I be telling you any of this?
Well, it's fun to share with strangers at a crossroads, is it not?
Well, I'm gone from home because it wasn't home anymore. It wasn't a place where I could be.
Are you looking for a new home, perhaps? Or are you looking to reclaim the home you once had?
I don't know if there's anything back there for me.
I think there may be. I think you just need the strength, the will, the power to reclaim what was yours.
And you would be offering me this?
I'm merely a stranger who's heard of your interests, your prowess with an ink needle, your strange relationships with family.
Would I know what this creature is at all?
Probably not. No. We've never encountered this creature before, anyway, but he does seem to know you.
He looks down at your hand and he gestures to the ring and he goes,
That does not belong to you.
Belong to my family.
And have you claimed it as your own?
Well, I wear it to remind me of the worst thing I ever did.
When you did this worst thing you ever did you know what burden you took on in doing so?
I assumed it would just be the usual burden of guilt and shame at killing another human being, but...
But did you do what was right, child?
Yes.
You truly believe that? He didn't deserve that ring?
No, I suppose he didn't, and yet I still feel like it's something I shouldn't have done, even when I know that he was an awful, awful person.
You rid the world of a great evil. Don't be so hard on yourself.
But it's an evil that's in my blood. What if I'm just as bad?
Time will tell.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
No, that's evident. You don't even know why you're here, do you? I can guide you. I can give you the power to go on. I can give you the power to claim back what's yours. Small price, as there always is.
And he lifts up his hand, and where his dark, crumbly flesh is, there's quite a clean patch on the back of his palm.
Some initials are all that I need. A tattoo, perhaps. That ring can show you the world. That ring can give you power. I can give you power.
What's the price?
The tattoo. I know you love tattooing so much, don't you?
It's the only thing I feel like I'm really good at.
Well, show me, and then we can discuss.
And he holds his hand out on his enormous thighs.
Thick, juicy thighs.
He's thick.
My goodness, your hand is trembling.
Well, I don't really know exactly what I'm agreeing to here.
I think you do. When you took that ring from its rightful owner, you took on a burden, but you also took on a great power. Do you wish to shirk that power? Do you wish to give it back?
No.
Do you agree to take on the debt owed for this great power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I reach into my pocket and I pull out my small tattoo instrument. I think I'm kind of surprised to find that it's there, but it is. It's still in my pocket. And it's small and brass, and it has a small needle on the end, but the front part of it looks like an hourglass. So when I tip it upside down, liquid starts to flow through it. What initials am I doing for you?
What initials do you know best?
He holds out his hand.
Instead of initials, I start inking an image of a hand with a dagger straight through the center.
As you complete the tattoo, he turns his hand over, palm facing up, and then he turns it back, and as he turns it back, there is a dagger coming out of the back of his hand.
You have some talent. That's a neat trick. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. Call me if you need me. We'll be in touch.
And you blink, and you open your eyes, and you're back at the camp, and you see your adventuring crew on the ground sleeping, the fire there, and your tattooing equipment is lying on the ground in front of you, and the ring in your hand is throbbing ever so slightly.
One ring to rule them all.
It just had to be a ring.
You are back. Your watch is now over. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna gently pack my tattooing equipment away, and I'm gonna take the ring off my finger, and I'm just gonna put it on the chain that I wear around my neck and just tuck
Proto
it.
Baggin style. I like it.
We're going full.
We're going full on.
As you put it around your neck, it feels a little heavier than it should be. Just a little bit.
Are there any other details I would notice about it?
No, it just seems to have filled.
Throw it in fire. Maybe there'll be some writing on the inside.
Starts to lose her hair and like raw fish.
Your teeth are
Something sharper. Once that's all away, I'll just turn and shake Agenar awake. Oh, I think it's your watch if you're up for it.
Oh, yes. Thank you for waking me.
Gonna try and get some sleep.
Was everything okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Have a good sleep.
Thanks. Okay.
As you take your watch, Agenar, I'm going to get you to roll a d12, please.
2.
2. Okay. Could you roll a perception check for me, please?
That is a 17.
Your eyes dart back and forth through the mists as you keep an eye on your companions and on your periphery and out as far as you can see into the mists. Luckily, you do not see anything that causes you alarm.
Agenar is going to get out a funny-shaped rock from her little bag, and she is going to bring it up to close to her face and gently squeeze it twice and start to speak. into this little rock. Hello, Nesh. I hope you're well. It's been interesting so far. We almost died, but then everything was okay. I miss you. I hope you're okay. 25.
You wait a little bit, and you hear back.
Hello there, Agenar. It's great to hear from you. All is well here. The choosing is still a dangerous place, but we are going fine. Mwah.
Agnar's just going to smile in her beaky smile. I don't know. Can beak smile? Sure.
They have like edges.
Yeah. And kind of snuggle the snout a little bit and then pop it back in her
Would
bag.
you like to wake up Etterath?
How does Etterath look in his slumber?
Dead as a fucking board.
Like just straight.
Is he a back sleeper?
Like, no, he's like face down, like barely on the bedroll, like just flat out, like barely took any of his stuff off, like still got like the weapons like on his belt, like face down.
So
Okay.
you look at him and you can barely tell whether he's alive or not, and you contemplate doing a medicine check as you hear, go fuck yourself. You realize he's good as he is.
Okay, Agenar is going to bend down and very gently place pressure on his shoulder.
Scared the shit out of the DM.
Is he awake now? Hi.
It's time for watch.
Okay, I got this.
You're okay?
Yep. As you see, he stands up and like all his joints crack. Every single one as he stands up and just, all right.
Have fun.
Thanks. Good to see you not dead.
You too.
Go ahead and roll a d12.
10.
Go ahead and roll a d20. Perception.
Ooh, I still got a disadvantage on this because I'm still exhausted because we haven't finished the long rest yet.
That's true.
5. In your exhaustion, you're barely awake. Your eyes are bleary. There's bits of gunk still in them, bits of sleep. Trying to rub at it, but somehow you end up rubbing it into your eye instead of out.
Fuck it.
The whole time you are miserable. And if someone was to attack, you would for sure not have seen them. But you make it through the watch uneventfully, so you assume that nobody came close.
Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're good.
As you do your count, you see your companions start to stir as they wake up. Bakanov comes out of his massive bedroll.
Oh, that was a lovely sleep. Thank you so much for letting me sleep through, guys.
Thank you for guiding us.
No, anytime. Anytime. Do we want to have a quick breakfast before we head off?
Oh, please, I'm starving.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And he goes over to the fire, and you see him. He reaches out with his hand, and a flickering flame kind of catches in his hand, and he tosses it into the fire, and it catches even more because that's how fire works. And he kind of gets down there and pulls out various vegetables and things out of his satchel. Some red peppers or capsicum, however you want to call it. There's some leafy greens, and he kind of finds a flat bit of stone and kind of sits it on top of the fire and sits them there and lets them sizzle and crackle away. A couple of little vials that he kind of taps over the top and a couple of spices sprinkled down, and he turns to you, Etterath, and he says,
Oh, what do you reckon? What else should we add? It's going to be like a stirred fry of vegetables.
Hercules can't cook, but Etterath can. What kind of flavor profile are we going for here? Are we doing something a little more sweet or a little more savory? Or
I think maybe some spicy in order to wake us up a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
spicy in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, then probably just a few chili flakes will do.
Okay. That's this one here.
Yeah.
and he hands it to you and lets you distribute the chili flakes.
Just do a little bit. Probably a little bit of pepper,
A little
maybe.
bit of pepper and chili flakes.
Yeah.
Nice.
What does Etterath look like when he's cooking?
His mood very much changes because like Etterath is usually like grumbly and like, oh god, fuck it, everything. You see like he's got like a little bit of a smile on his face, and you see like his mannerisms changed a little bit. Like they're not him. Like he has like daintier, like delicate hands, and he's like,
Nice.
oh yeah, just a little bit more of this, and then like he takes a little taste, like almost there. And
All right,
just
roll me a d20.
For whether or not he poisons him.
oh, thank God that was cocked. 19.
19. Yeah, in fact, the whole camp
It
is
was
there.
almost a 1 the first time.
The whole camp is there packing up. Actually, stop what they're doing, and you guys can't help but notice this show that Etterath is putting on as he's cooking. Proper like Salt Bay style. Like he's quite mesmerizing as he cooks and as he hands it out, and you guys take a bite.
For you, and for you.
Thank you.
Bloody delicious.
It's you took the words right out of my mouth. Very delicious.
I don't think I've seen you happy yet.
Well, and then it immediately goes.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, he still got the smile on his face. Like, I mean, it's always nice. You got to start off your day right.
This is very nice. This is quite possibly the nicest food I've ever had.
You know, usually it's better with a little bit of protein, but you do what you do, and I know we have some vegetarians in the group, so
Well, it's pretty fantastic.
thank you. It's really simple. Did really. Bach, he did most of it.
Oh, I simply.
So cute.
I said Bach, he.
I simply.
And I think getting that cute.
I simply gave you the tools and the ingredients of which to create your dish. It's really quite tasty.
You see, he's kind of taken back a little bit, and he just goes, "Yeah, cool, whatever."
You guys pack up your bits and pieces and kind of snack on the leftovers as Buckenup kind of stubs out the fire and explains that the next people coming along will be able to, take over and make the fire again. There's plenty of timber and stuff around. And you head back off on the road.
And you begin your journey anew. Again, you're traveling for a couple of hours. Similar to how Sax was guided by her tattoos, by her whole body. Baki, I'm calling him Baki now, is pulled along by his pinky finger. Eventually, he'll stop, reorientate himself in a different direction, and get pulled again. This goes on for a couple of hours.
Hey, Bucky.
Yeah.
What other defenses do these roads have?
As far as I know, it's just the shifting roads. I mean, they tend to do enough to a lot of people. There have been people that have been missing for ages.
Why do you call it defenses?
Well, because ever since the bloodbath of Bach, they've been here, and no one's ever successfully invaded or conquered since, so I assume they're defenses. It's what we're told as children.
Where are you told that these mists come from?
The mists?
Yeah.
Not really discussed. The mists have always been here, as far as I know.
So in your school of traveling these mists and learning how to do it, you don't discuss where they come from or how they appeared or why?
Not so much. We assume that it comes from the land itself. People say the gods, but until I met you, I didn't realize there were gods. So I guess someone like you could. Can you do this? Can you do stuff like this?
No.
Okay. So that proves that it's probably not the gods. I don't know. I think it's just a naturally occurring thing. Oh, okay. What's your power as a god?
You'd like to know.
That's why I asked, yes.
Yes. What do you think my power is?
Kind of takes a step back and crosses his arms and looks.
Oh, Bucky, I can't do this to you anymore. I am not a god.
His eyes widen. What?
I'm not a god.
What do you mean?
I am just biased. I'm not a god yet. I will be a god, but not yet. I'll let you know when I am a god.
You lied?
Yes.
Why?
Because it was fun.
I didn't think it was fun.
Well, you didn't know at the time.
Okay. I think I get it.
As we walk, I'm just gonna really quietly kind of sidle up next to Bakanev and just try to quietly whisper away from the group. So that fish we were having the other night, you said that it sometimes makes people see things or have dreams.
Yeah.
Or have they ever had really vivid visions from these fish?
Yeah, vivid visions, dreams, seeing past lives, seeing future lives, unlocking potential. You name it, it does it. A lot of people, I know of a guy who never used to be able to whittle wood. And then all of a sudden he had one of the fish and he could whittle anything you ever wanted.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Some people become experts in their field. Some people make, I think it might be the omega-3 oils or acids or something in there that just kind of makes you feel alive. I wouldn't say that they're particularly
life-changing. Mostly it's just kind of little things that sit with people for a while and they forget about it till they have another one.
Yeah, no, just
Did you have
curious.
you have a bit of a trip?
Yeah, I think I might have. A little.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
saw something. I don't quite know what it was, but
Okay. Well, I mean, if it made itself known to you, then I guess it'll make itself known to you again when you next have some fish, maybe? I don't know.
yeah, might be staying away from fish for a little bit. Not that it wasn't delicious. It was so delicious.
it's okay.
I just don't know if I'm ready to see all that yet.
No, I mean, I'll be more careful. I'll see if I can find one that isn't potent. I mean, no one else seemed to have any problems, so...
As you guys are talking, in the distance, see a gnome next to a cart.
I run towards him.
You run towards...
Slow down. You don't want to get stuck in the mist.
You get closer and you see that he's wearing a breastplate bias and these big iron gauntlets. And they're under this tattered cloak. And he's got his hood up. And he seems to be trying to push a wagon that is slightly off the road onto the road. It's kind of like cocked, if you will.
Nope.
Like dice.
Let me try again. Cocked, if you will.
You're so funny and handsome.
You didn't have to add that second bit in. But I appreciate it. He sees you running at him.
No! Hey!
whoa,
How's it
whoa.
going?
Slow down there, stranger. Slow down.
I'm a Toto. I don't go very, very fast. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm trying to travel up to Lahis.
That's exactly where we're going.
Oh, really?
Yes, what is your name, friend?
My name is Yolgus. Pleased to meet you.
Hi, Bias.
Holds out an armored glove to shake your hand.
And I reach out and grab it.
Biased, very pleased to meet you.
You too, friend.
Thank you.
What are you doing out here on your own? You must be very powerful.
Well, no, I once I had a steed, and the steed was with the carriage, and the road shook, and the steed ran off, and the carriage tipped, and my steed's. I'm just understandably fucking frustrated. If you don't mind, I'm just trying to get this thing back on the road.
I smack him on the shoulder. It's like, did you make your armor?
Yeah, I did.
What else did you make?
Why? As a matter of fact, and he points to the spokes in the carriage, and he goes, "Now you know that these roads can be a bit dangerous." And he kind of bumps it with his fist, and James Bond style spikes jut out from the wooden wheels. Yeah, defenses. You know, you gotta have defenses. And he like taps it and it shoots back in. He's like, "I like to tinker a little bit."
Amazing. And then I'd look at my shoulder. Are they there yet?
I'm sure they're almost there.
They're
Yeah.
probably on their way. I'd say you ran pretty quick, but yeah, they're probably caught up.
As
if
we're
not-
catching up, I'm just gonna lean over to Etterath and say, I really don't understand how the fuck he makes friends so quickly.
I don't know. I barely fucking stand the guy, and I've known him for like a week now.
Like, is it just like, it's just an inherent thing? Is it just,
I think he just goes for it.
yeah. Damn.
And he's just been really lucky.
Yeah.
You look over, the two of them are like laughing at each other now and like seem to be best friends.
Are these are your companions? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Hello.
Agenar, come here.
Oh, hello.
Come say hi to my friend. What's his name?
Yolgus. I'm Yolgus. Very pleased to meet you.
Oh, hello, Yolgus. I'm Agenar.
Nice to meet you. Very nice.
Safirith and Emo.
Elmo.
No. Yes, Elmo.
Etterath.
Etterath.
How are we? Oh, you're big.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Buck.
I'm Bakanov. Oh,
We
you're
call him Bucky.
Bucky. Very pleased to meet you, Bucky.
I stutter once.
Olganov is kind of stuck here. I think he needs our help. You're big. Can you help me lift this and we'll get him on his way? He's actually coming towards the same direction as us. Maybe you can join us.
Bakanov kind of nods and looks at the gnome and says, "Yeah." And the gnome says, "Well, if you wouldn't mind, yeah." And Bakanov goes around and starts to try to push the carriage and trying to lean it up. The gnome says, "Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, could you lend a hand?"
Some of us might be more useful than others.
I'm not very strong. but
That's what I mean.
I can help. Maybe I could help some of the strong people be a little bit stronger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe if you want to help our turtle friend here, that'd be great.
Oh, I like him. He said turtle. I
know what you are. You're from Fianna. I've seen you type before.
Yes, you have. All right, friends. Etterath, can you grab one side? Watch out for the spokes. They might kill you. Are you the same as vampires? Do you get stabbed by wood and die?
I'm not a fucking vampire.
No, but one of those things.
Okay.
I'll grab the other side of the
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Bias, I'm going to do something, and I know you don't like the gods very much, but this might
No, but I like you.
involve. Is that okay if I ask my god for a little bit of help, and it will help you?
I accept. Thank you for asking.
Oh,
Gotta kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Brigantia, even though he doesn't like you and the other gods very much, I'd really appreciate it if you would help Bias, help this man, Yolgas, get his cart onto the road. Thank you.
When I'm a god and you ask me for things, I'm going to give you everything
You
you
giving him
need.
an advantage on a strength check?
I'm going to cast guidance.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a athletics check, please.
Plus a
Bias.
D4.
That was a decent roll. That was a 16 on the normal. Let's add the D4. That's a 1, so that's 17 plus my whatever it is. 17, 19.
19. You reach up and you start to press to lift the carriage.
And as you do, your hand touches the cart and seems to go through it. But you realize, actually, it hasn't gone through it at all. Your hand has disappeared.
And you turn to the gnome, who is now holding your discorporal hand, and he says, "Thanks for the hand, friend." And he bamps out of there.
That was incredible.
Get fucked.
What just happened?
Where did that fucker go? I need to know how they did that. What the fuck?
So,
Olgus.
so Bias is now missing a hand?
I need to know how he did that. That
that
was
hurt?
fucking incredible.
Are you in any pain?
No.
Damn it.
This is amazing. How did he do this?
So the gnome just grifted us. That's what I'm getting.
That's what they do.
What? How are you so happy and calm?
Because this is power that I want. How did he do this? I start walking around going, "Hello, Olgus."
Bakanov is holding up the carriage and he's going, what's going on? Are we helping the little
I come
man?
back. He took my hand. Look.
Put it down. Put it down. Put it down.
He puts down the carriage. What the hell happened to you?
I touched it and it disappeared.
Your hand disappeared?
Yeah, and his hands. He had
It's
my
not
hand.
stuck in your shell, is it?
Oh, let me look. Nope.
Oh no, that's not good. We can get you to the nearest town and find a way to heal that up if you want.
I don't want it healed. I want to know how he did it.
You don't want your hand back?
Well, if we find out how he did it, I can get my hand back.
Go ahead and make a perception check as you wildly look around for him.
Can I look at the actual cart?
Natural
itself
20.
and,
Go ahead and
Natural 20 plus perception.
investigation
plus
or
24.
perception?
Give me an investigation.
That is a 6.
You take a look and realize there's tarp on top and you whip it off. The cart is just full of massive rocks.
Lots of hands.
You, with your natural 20 perception check, are glancing around keenly and you look in the direction that you were heading, the direction that the cart was facing. And you can see at this point about 90 to 120 feet away, you see just little puffs every now and then of something disappearing, reappearing further away and further away and further away.
Back here. I grab his hand. Come with me, quick. The rest of you follow. And we run off in that direction.
Okay, you run off down the road, heading in the direction. Can you make a survival check for me, please,
God.
to track?
I've been rolling well so far. Come on.
What did we learn?
That's a 7.
We shouldn't
That's not a 1.
always make friends.
I was in
Survival
the same boat as you.
11. Am I still with her? Am I
You're still with
got the
everyone.
plus-
Everyone's
No, am I
keeping
still
up
with
with
the
you.
plus 4?
No, it's just once. Yeah. You dash after him and Buckenup's kind of following along, kind of happy that you're going for like a jog together, and he's keeping up really easily. You head further and further down and you kind of start to lose track of that puff of atmosphere disappearing and reappearing in the air, filling the space. And after a little while, nothing.
Bucky, how do we call those mists? How do we call the mist monsters? That'll stop them.
What? You're
We can fight them. We got the fucking purple lane.
Do you want me to find the stupid hand or not? I can do something.
Yeah.
Apparently, he cares less about his hand and more about the gnome.
Yeah, but my gnome is where my hand is where the gnome
but
is.
it's easier to find the hand
All right.
than it is the gnome.
Do you need to smell me?
Maybe.
All right, I won't make it weird.
Give me a sec. I need to focus. And you see Etterath's face again kind of shifts into that form that you saw him go before, and his teeth go up and his eyes going to go, all right, come over here.
Okay, I come over.
And I'm going to try to track the scent of the hand.
That's with advantage, I believe.
Go for it.
So roll a perception check with avantage.
17.
17. You get a sniff and a whiff of
Both a sniff and a whiff.
sniff and a whiff. Well, you've two nostrils, right? One's a sniffer and one's a whiffer.
Two for the
Never
price
smelled
of
it.
one.
Oddly enough, this smells a little familiar to you, Etterath. It smells almost like yourself. But you do get a physical, nearly like sense of where this scent is coming from.
Hercules' brain just exploded everywhere for a moment there.
Like me? Like me?
What the fuck? What?
And you get a sense that the scent is coming from the easterly direction. You can follow this scent if you wished.
I got this for a minute. Hurry up.
Let's go. Agenar, do you need help keeping up?
Oh, no, I'm going to try and take off again. Hang on.
We just running into
Yeah.
the mists here.
That's a 10.
Well, I suppose
Once
we do-
again, you flap your wings and you take off, but it's slow and it's precarious and you're using a lot of energy.
No,
to
I'm
stay
just,
afloat.
I'm going to run.
Stop distracting me.
Sorry. Nagnar's going to land again. And
Whenever Agenar starts like flapping and you're in that form, your prey drive starts to kick in.
You guys start chasing after Etterath as he leads the way with the scent.
How do you look when you take this form and you pursue something in a bestial way?
This is an important choice. This will very much affect how people perceive Etterath from here on forth.
He skips.
You know that little prance they do in the wizard.
One scooches like he's going to...
I think he's like hunched over, like not on all fours, but like very much in like a deep stance, hunched over, and like kind of like the wolf man, like long strides, arms going.
Nice. Yeah, you guys follow this long stride, long-armed
Hair
thing,
flowing,
like-
majestic.
Oh yeah, the hair grows another inch, and so does the beard.
Damn.
There's a
and
part in the
you
middle.
find yourselves coming out of the mists and on the outskirts of a town. You see a lot of people milling around, going about their day. It's your typical Bactrian people, right? You've got more of a Dalkin, Furbogs, Dragonborn,
Asimir,
Genasi, Gith. I'll put a description in the show notes of all the races that you guys can check out.
Extensive list.
Yeah.
Just to take a photo of the note that I furiously tap every time you distract.
But yeah, it seems like a little quaint village, just people chopping wood. There's a chicken pen. I don't know what they do with them. They mustn't eat them, the poor chickens.
And we're all chasing the lycanthrope.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Don't worry about him. He's with us. Has anyone seen a gnome with a hand? And I hold up my stump.
Some people on the outskirts of the town look up at you.
Yes, you.
As you rush towards them.
Where are you, you piece of shit?
Again, don't worry about him. He's with us.
he's really quite nice.
3 villagers approach you. One of them doesn't have a nose. One of them is missing an arm. And in its place is a massive metal leg where the arm should be. And the third one seems to be missing an eye.
That looks suspiciously like what happened to you.
It does. Do you know what he is?
The Vidalcan without a nose looks at you and says, "Oh, that's I got give me a second. I didn't think that through.
How does someone speak with an
Oh, you look Didn't think this through, did I?
You just plug your nose. Just plug your nose.
Just plug
you
it.
look like you. What if I same thing happened to you? Yeah.
It looked like it, except he took my hand, he took your nose.
Yeah.
He took my arm.
And he gave you something else. Where'd you get that?
Well, no, I woke up one morning and I had this. A lot of us end up with, bits and pieces.
So he's around here somewhere.
He?
And the one with one eye turns and looks at you with one eye. I don't know if I'm doing it because it's a fucking podcast. And he says, "You're going to be new here, aren't you? How do I put this? This is probably the safest place for you to stay now with an injury like that."
Why?
Well, and he gestures around, and you see people missing ears, you see people missing feet, you see people missing whole legs. Some of them have wooden appendages that look to be temporary. Others have this same metallic limb look to them, but they're mismatched. And the one without an eye says, "We've all come across bloody Yolgus before." And
Yeah, that's him.
yeah. Did you agree to help him?
Yeah, and he did something amazing. I need to know how he did it.
You need to know how he took your stuff.
Yes.
Right. Why don't you come in, sit down, and calm down?
No,
You're
wait.
obviously in
Can
shock.
you, I've turned down. Can you still smell him?
Oh, fuck, it's gone.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I told you I only had it for a minute.
I appreciate it.
The villagers kind of gesture for you to join them in the town square around a fountain, and they kind of sit with you, and they kind of take your hands in like a we know.
Do you know what it's kind of like? I just thought of this now. It's like you're in Toy Story 1 when Woody is like in the room and they all
When they're
all
in
come
Sid's
back.
room and
Yeah, Sid's room where they're all like the different pieces mashed
the
together.
mangled
It's-
Barbie dolls.
Yeah, it's like
I
that.
hated the fishing rod with the legs.
Yeah.
I hated that.
The island of misfit toys.
I don't need pity. I need to know, one, how he did it. So I need to know, two, where he is.
Oh, we know exactly where he is. We can point you the way.
Where is he?
That'd be helpful.
Oh, he's in a cave a ways away. But if you wait here long enough, he'll get you a replacement. Don't worry about it.
No, we got shit to do.
You're all just okay with him taking your various limbs?
Well, I mean, originally no, but we managed to find and make a community here of people supporting each other. And you see, like, someone with one arm trying to lift a pail, and then someone with, like, 3 legs and an extra arm kind of rolling around in a cartwheel and lifting up the other side of the pail and helping them along.
You see one guy with elbows, but their noses for elbows, and he's just sniffing things.
That's a,
You see another guy missing a nose, but he's got an ear there now instead of a nose.
you know, I'm not very happy about what he's. I don't particularly want anything new. I just want to know, one, how he did it.
The
Two,
noseless one speaks up and says, "Oh, none of us are happy about it either."
exactly. So tell me where he is. I can find out how he did it, and maybe I can fix you.
You can fix that?
Maybe if I get this power.
And the one without an eye looks to you and says, "You really want to go down there and try and take him on?"
Hell yes.
He looks to his companions and looks to you guys and says, "You look like a capable bunch. Worst case scenario, if you can come back with, a handful of appendages that he's built."
A handful. I like this guy. A handful. Funny
He
guy.
looks at you stone-faced and he just says, "That wasn't intended to be a joke."
Oh, gotta be careful what you say, friend.
Not everything's a fucking joke.
No, you're right.
I like you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you know what he's doing with them?
As far as we can tell, he's taking body parts and giving metallic body parts back. We don't quite understand why,
But the wrong ones?
he seems to not quite understand what goes where, even though he's taken them from us. As far as I can tell, he's just giving back what he...
How does he give them back?
Well, we go to sleep and we wake up and they're there. And sometimes it's within a couple of days. My friend here...
Yeah, I've been waiting about 2 months now. Now, does he give back the same? Like, if they're Vidalcan and they're blue, do they have like
No, they're metal.
everything that they've been given back is metal?
It's metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bronzy,
It's like a tonic
brassy,
kinda-
rose gold kind of metal.
Okay.
Has anyone tried to talk to him? To say, "Oh,
Every time we
excuse me,
talk to
I
him."
like this leg, but I'm missing an
He
arm."
points over to another villager, and instead of a mouth now, he's got metallic toes that come out like this.
So he's a weird Cthulhu. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tokulu.
Tokulu?
Tokulu.
Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
Tolo is much better.
Cthulhu. He goes,
So is that what happens if someone tries to talk to him?
No, not at all, not at all.
He shakes his head, yes.
Yes. We've found
His head, yeah.
we've found
Shake your head. Yeah.
You nod,
yes.
Is it not all a perspective thing, right? Like, if
if you're lying
Shake your
sideways,
head.
maybe, but
No, and not.
I know. I just see things in a different dimension, I guess.
because you're drunk.
Guinness.
Not a sponsor.
And he says, as far as we can tell, he tries his best to make up for what he's done, but anytime anyone speaks to him, you gotta be careful because he's tricksy with his words.
Oh.
Any confirmation or
That's it. That's all we gotta fight is a guy with tricksy words.
I guess, yeah.
All right, let's fucking go.
Oh, I think I might get it now. He had his foot in his mouth.
Hey,
I think I get it now.
Void?
Well, nothing happened until Bias touched the cart, so maybe as long as we don't.
Yeah, what happened when you touched the
Anything.
card?
My hand disappeared, and I turned around and it's in his hand. You saw the same thing. You were there.
Yeah, but I didn't see it from your perspective underneath the cart. I saw you lift it, and then it was chaos, and you were running and you were screaming, and he was.
But Bucky was touching the cart and nothing happened.
Hey, he was.
So maybe it was.
Bucky, have you heard of this guy before?
No,
Have you come
I've
across
never-
what village? What's the name of this village?
The name of the village is
Check the notice board.
There's a notice board.
Oh, there's gonna not be fucking anything there.
Limtown.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that was a stretch.
Well, I think Bucky should be very careful because Bucky has his magic finger and we really don't want to lose.
No, that's a really good point.
No, like genuine, like that's a
Very
genuine
important.
concern. Like we might die in these mists without it.
So
And
Bucky, please don't touch anything.
you turn and you see another creature, a dragonborn that's missing his thumbs, and he kind of nods and says, "I actually said to he asked me if I thumbed my nose at him, and I said I do thumb my nose at you, sir, and alas, my thumbs were gone.
Is it because I said I'm giving him a hand that he took my hand?
Is that what you agreed to?
I might, maybe.
I mean, our friend here," and he gestures to the guy with toes, going, "Whoop, whoop, 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 whoop." He, I think you rightly just pointed out. What did you say, sir?
Oh, yes. No, you were listening to my fantastic joke that I said earlier. I said, I get it now. He had his foot in his mouth.
He gets a pen and parchment and he scribbles and he said he doesn't appreciate you making a joke about the fact that he has toes coming out of
Sorry, I didn't
face.
mean it
It's
as a joke.
very
'Cause it was a
insensitive.
bit more of a realization, but like a morbid.
Right. And then he writes out and says, "It seemed like you were trying to play it off for laughs, but this is my life."
But before I meant it as more of a realization, but then just nobody was listening, and then your friend so kindly.
All right, Bucky.
Tricky words.
He just
Bucky,
drops
you
the
stay
pen and
here.
paper.
Don't ever mention your finger
Okay.
Don't say
to
anything
nobody.
at all. Maybe.
Nothing. No, you got
Nothing.
it. Nothing.
He
To nobody.
nods.
Got no fingers.
His lips pursed together. He nods wide-eyed.
And thumbs, just for good measure. Don't say anything
Gives you
about
2 thumbs up.
those. No, don't even do that.
Retracts his thumbs into his hands.
Just if anyone asks you a question, just nod.
He nods.
Yes.
Is that okay? What if that's agreeing? What
Well,
if
if they
agreeing
take-
is the problem?
Ooh.
Talking doesn't seem
Go to sleep
to
for 12
have
hours.
done anything.
Instantly.
God, I wish I could do that.
The Vidalcan without a nose says,
As far as we can tell, we're pretty safe in town. I guess if you want to stay here and stay safe, that's fine. Or we could point you the way.
Point. You got all your fingers?
he holds up his hands.
All right, point us the way.
I'm the one who knows the way.
Hey, I love it.
I've
It's a
learned to
town of
embrace
puns.
it. I've learned to embrace it.
I see what you did there, and I stare at the guy with one eye.
The guy with one eye just looks at you, says nothing.
You haven't got your sense of
And
humor.
he glances off to Etterath and says, "Is he always like this?"
Yes.
I'm gonna go see this guy. You guys can join me if you want. I just want to know how he fucking did it.
Yeah, you all go along with Bias Jaw.
And Agenar, you can do a good deed and save everyone else's eyes, nose, and ears, and fingers and toes. And
Yes.
penises. I'm sure some of them lost those.
And their heads, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Oh,
Knees and toes.
Knees and toes.
Knees and toes.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes, ears, mouth and nose.
Well, let's hope we all have those by the end of this.
Bucky, stay here. Keep your phalanges. Let's go.
As you go to leave, the one with one eye kind of nudges you, Bias.
Oh,
says,
sorry. I'll stand on the other side where your eye is.
He says, it's a mighty big hammer you've got on your back.
Yes.
Can you swing that one-handed?
Maybe. What's it to you?
If not, you might need this. And he pulls out a one-handed mace and hands it to you.
I thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that's just how I say yes.
Just stares you down.
That wasn't a joke. Okay, fuck.
Boys, Joel, let's go.
Wow, finally one person
As you head off Bias Jaw, you just hear him mumble, I see what you did there. You guys head to the edge of town where the noseless Vidalcan kind of takes you to what looks like it heads out into the mists in the forest. The mists aren't too bad here. And you can see the forest heads on for a couple 100 feet and then kind of starts to drift off and down towards a ravine. And he says, down that way is where you'll find him. If you just head straight, try not to get distracted or caught up, you'll be fine. And if you find it, and he gestures to his nose, he's like, if you could just one of you survive and bring it back, that'd be great.
Your nose, any nose, or a metal nose?
Any nose.
Okay.
Who knows?
We'll try and bring everything back.
Thank you. At this point, I don't know if all the limbs will be, usable, but...
Oh. Does anyone know what he does with the limbs?
No. As far as we can tell.
My bets he's making a weird, freaky person.
Oh, let's put bets on. You got weird freaky person. What do you think? And I point at the guy with no nose.
I like to think it's something more intellectual. I hope my body parts are going to a good cause. Perhaps for someone to learn.
Okay. Safirith, what do you think?
Maybe he's offering them up to his god.
That sounds normal. Okay. That sounds about right for gods. Agenar, what do you think? What are your bets on?
Well, I don't think betting on this kind of thing is very nice.
Oh, let loose, Agenar. Do something crazy today.
Well, I'm not betting, but I will put forward my thoughts.
We're being precocious, potentially exploring all options.
Well, maybe he's trying to transmute the body parts into metal. So maybe the body parts that people receive back are actually other body parts, but they're... Does that make...
I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to go with, he's got the weird fetish and he likes lying on rotting meat.
Oh my god.
Oh dear, okay.
That's disgusting.
So I guess we're just going into this...
Oh, you guys don't have to join me if you don't want to. Honestly, you can stay in the village with Bucky. I'm going to go find out how the fuck he did it. Are you not the least bit interested?
No, I mean, I'm curious.
Yeah, be curious.
Would I like all my digits? Yes, but...
If you had to give something up, what would you give up?
If I had to get it, like a body part.
Like, of the 5 senses, one of those things, what did you have to... smell, touch, sight, and what are the other 2?
Hearing and taste.
Thank you.
Yeah, hearing.
You give up... Oh, yeah, interesting. Okay. And what about you, Etterath?
Probably hearing.
Hearing, okay.
Need to see and smell and taste and feel things, so...
We don't have to get rid of everything we can feel with. Just like fingers and toes.
You're disgusting.
Okay, whatever. Agenar, what about you? What would you give up?
Probably taste.
Do chickens have taste?
Not very strong.
Okay.
Taste. So no, it's not giving up very much, really.
You head into the forest and you reach what seems to be like a drop off into a ravine, and you look down and you see the tops of trees as you kind of look down towards this ravine. It doesn't look it's not super steep and it's not super long. You can kind of see some ground down there and some weird patches of things.
Yulgus!
Yes, we're not going in as a surprise.
So much for being quiet.
Oh, we wanted to be quiet? Oh. Oops.
Well, I
Alex,
guess not.
surprise is always good, but that's fine.
Surprise is overrated.
I figured we wouldn't get any quiet.
I walk down the ravine. Yulgus!
You find yourself walking in something sticky. You look down. Don't be like that.
15.
For what?
Agenar is going to fly down.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
It's a ravine.
You look down and realize you've stepped into a collection of webs. Sticky cobwebs are covering the whole way down. Make a dex save for me.
That's 16.
A dex save.
4.
Oh no. With a -1, I got an 18.
18.
Oh, nice.
Safirith, And Bias, you walk your way down through the webs, just pulling your feet up and down. The webs break off your. You didn't fail.
Listen, he's describing a success. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. You took the wind out of my sails, and you get down the hill. Sorry for adding some flavor to it. Oh, you
keep going.
You saved, so you did it. Wait.
No, please.
Is that what you want?
No.
You did it. Woo. Etterath, on the other hand.
Fucking heels.
You get stuck firm to the webs. You try to lift your feet up, but it's not happening, buddy.
Swear to God, I think I might need some new boots. I swear to God, these just keep getting stuck and fucking everything. Fuck!
You are now restrained.
Oh, are you okay?
Do you need help?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Are the webs like covering the entire floor of the ravine?
Give me a perception check.
5.
5? Yeah, you look down and you can see the webs, but they seem to be nearly placed in such a way that you can't tell if they were placed to like cover the whole thing or if it's like nearly like a slide just all the way down. You're not sure.
I mean, we could try and...
Quick, help is covering my face. I'm freaking out.
I got claws that I can use.
Yeah?
Freaking out.
Give me an attack roll.
I would say burn them, but if it's on your face.
He's rolling himself into a cocoon.
Oh,
for
God.
no
Oh, no,
reason.
He's taking webs and stuffing them in his mouth.
I got 10.
A 10, yeah, you manage to slice at the webs with your claws and you manage to cut him free. Just barely. You notice a little bit of resistance.
With one hand.
Yeah.
As your other stumpy hand kind of like goes to swipe at it and you're like, oh, fuck you, I don't know.
Is my stump like skin or is it bleeding?
It's kind of like,
it?
I would say it's more like a stub.
Like a flat sealed
Yeah.
stub.
So it's like skin over the top.
Yeah. You are now not restrained by the webs, but you're definitely covered in them. It's kind of gross.
Oh, thank God. I can breathe again.
If we find out how he does it, I'll buy you new boots.
Deal.
You guys trek onwards and head further down the ravine. Agenar, what are you doing right now?
I'm going a bit faster than them, so I'm gonna like try to scope out what's ahead.
You fly up to the mouth of the cave. Would you like to go in?
No.
No? Give me a perception check, sure.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, you peer into the cave and it's very dark. You can't see much, but you feel like you see the outline of something big sitting in the cave.
With that roll, you also see
How big?
a slick substance over the ground on the mouth of the cave.
How big? 10 feet tall. Wide. Very
Okay,
wide.
roughly
I'm
as
going
wide as it is
to...
tall.
I'm going to fly back to the group.
Real chode of a...
It just fills 10 feet square exactly.
I don't know. How big's the table? About table size.
I'm going to fly... I'm going to fly back to the group and like try and hover as close to them as possible without like getting in the cobwebby nonsense. So I went up to the cave, which is where they said that Yorgos would be. Two things. There's something in front of the cave and it looks like it may be wet or slippery or I don't know, but I think we should be careful. Also, even though I don't approve, whoever bet for making a giant creature out of many body parts is probably the person who had the right idea.
I win.
Something very large.
Whoa. We have to see it first.
Yeah.
Not the probably.
Fuck, we didn't put money
I
on it.
saw something. It's just very dark. Oh, that would be 3 things then. So third thing is the cave is very dark.
Okay.
Well,
Slippery, dark.
Slippery, dark, and a giant 10-foot thing.
Safirith, I think you had an idea earlier.
burn the webs.
Burn it.
Webs. Well, I don't know if you saw something big.
Maybe we
Webs
don't
usually
wanna free
mean
it.
bugs and
But what's the best way to get rid of
Yes.
bugs? Burn down the house.
Set them on fire.
I was going to say stomp on them.
Ugh, that's gross. I'm only buying you one pair of boots.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm willing to give it a go.
Have you not seen Men in Black?
But what if it's made of all their body parts, and then we won't be able to bring them back their body parts?
Yes, you'd burn your own hand.
We'd burn everything.
I just want to know how he does it.
Well, if it's...
I feel like you have really fucked up priorities, not gonna lie.
No, because if I can do it, then I can steal somebody else's hand.
Well,
I can steal his hand.
I feel like you're still proving my point.
But if you've made something out of body parts, it wasn't surgery, like we were all there, it wasn't surgery, so it was probably magic.
Yes.
And if it's magic, then maybe we can undo the magic.
Okay, fine, don't burn it.
I can see in the dark, so let me just try and get a little bit closer, and
oh, that's a good
I'll
idea.
go see if I can see what it is.
I can also see in the dark.
All right. Well, if everybody
Nobody's special.
Wait. Your D&D characters have dark vision?
DM, we have dark vision.
Fucking.
I'm a tiefling.
Well,
Who
Chrissy
doesn't
has
have
dark
this?
vision.
Is anybody...
There's no lights in hell, bitch.
Light.
As in, like, the lightest weight?
Yes.
Probably not me.
I think that'd be you.
Other than me, because I can't see in the dark, but I can fly, and there's something in front of the cave. So
No, I haven't weighed myself in a really
You look at the
long
whopping
time.
5'7" frame of Etterath.
yes, probably not
5-inch
you.
heels.
5-inch heels.
What is your strength score, Agenar? And what is your intelligence score?
My intelligence is 12, and my strength is 9.
Yeah, you think you might be able to
Yeah,
carry
I think I
someone?
might be at it, right?
Yeah.
Why do you want to carry someone?
Well, if you can see in the dark, then I can carry you into the cave, and somebody can have a look.
I mean, I could just
and we
walk
don't have
in.
to touch whatever it is in front of the cave.
At this point, all of you can kind of see the mouth of the cave through the webby trees that you've been kind of navigating through. You're still quite hidden through the trees, but you can see the mouth of the cave that Agenar was talking about, but you can't see in.
You do see, as Agenar had pointed out, though, there does seem to be a liquid covering the entrance to the cave.
Is there any checks we can do to find out what that is?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
8, 10.
10? Yeah, you simmy up
All the
and
numbers.
have a look. It's not an uncommon liquid. You realize that it kind of smells like oil.
As someone familiar with liquids.
This one you do notice isn't moving.
This
It's a stationary liquid.
Okay.
Does it smell like anything?
Oil.
How close do you want to get?
Well, all right. Do we want to go in the cave, or should I just yell and it comes out of the cave?
I mean, I'd rather.
I mean, I can't see, so
You have 5
out here's
seconds.
better for me.
Okay. Why don't you light a torch, just in case?
What, Agenar, just pick me up.
I can try. I feel
You
like...
certainly can.
Okay.
Go ahead
Go on,
and
do your
roll an
strength.
athletics check. Yeah, it's a fairly high DC, unfortunately.
That is an 8.
Yeah, so you wrap your arms and possibly even your legs around Etterath, and you flap your. For a second, it's quite majestic, and you feel him lift off the ground. But unfortunately, he's just that little bit too big for you, and your strength's not quite enough. And you flap and you flap and you flap, and after a while, he's just standing on his tiptoes while you're flapping your wings.
I believe in you. You're almost there.
I don't think this is going to work.
I'm king of the world.
Don't feel bad. I struggle to fly just with me sometimes.
No,
and
it's
you're
fine,
like
it's fine,
twice
it's
my
fine.
height. So
Is the oil like laid out like a trap, or does it just look like it's like seeping from inside the cave?
You can give me an investigation check.
5.
No. You look at the oil and then look back at your companions and look again, and you're thinking, are your eyes still kind of fucked? Because actually this liquid looks like it's moving.
Oh my God. You guys, I don't know, but I think it might be seeping closer to us.
All right. Do we want to go in? Do we not? Do we want to try and find another cave? Like,
No, you know what? We came out here. Let's try and go in, but let's maybe try and be a little quiet. Like maybe it didn't hear you yell when we were first coming into
well,
the
if it's made of
ravine.
ears and it didn't hear me yell, it's not the monster we're looking for.
That's a good point.
You would have to give him that one.
I'm just saying it might not be a bad idea to
right.
try and have some surprise.
Fine, I will stand here and I will wait for you to shout.
We're not shouting, we're sneaking.
And if you shout, then something's gone wrong and I will come in.
Oh.
Okay.
So who's going in? Just one person going in, or we're all going in at the same time?
No, fuck it, I'll go.
All right, I'll back you up.
Two of you roll stealth checks first and foremost.
That's a 15.
16.
Oh, damn. Stealthier than the stealth.
What's the plan here, guys?
Head in over the slickness, or just get as close as you can.
I think maybe along the wall, just in case it gets slippy, we can at least grab onto something.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense to me. Try and edge in.
Guys, try to sneak into the cave.
Nothing. Jake
Please continue.
Jake thinks I'm being dirty. I'm not being
Guys, stop it with the sexual nature of the show.
Okay.
My granny listens to this.
As you slip around the edge flaps of the hole, the slickness beneath you.
Gets
I'll let Caleb
everywhere.
take it from here.
Gets everywhere. You fall and roll around in it.
There's a secretion that you don't know what it is.
No.
It is something you've never seen before.
You guys attempt to come in from the side, touching the wall. The oil does cover the entire mouth of the cave, right? You can't get in without walking over it. But by holding on to the wall, I will give you advantage on your dexterity throws.
Okay.
Saving throws, please. Dexterity.
Dex is 16.
Nice.
10.
10.
Fuck's sake.
You manage to make your way to the mouth of the cave, cling to the wall as you go, deftly taking each step carefully. You hear a behind you and turn to Etterath has slipped and is now covered in oil and webs.
You are lying prone now.
Do you yell?
No. No, it's a very quiet. Fucking.
You hold your breath, waiting to see if any kind of commotion comes from the cave, and there's like a stall of about 5 seconds where nobody takes a breath. And it's okay. Nothing comes out of the cave.
Okay, I'm going to quietly try and move back towards Etterath and like cut him free.
From the oil?
Isn't he covered in webs
I'm not
now?
stuck in anything.
Oh, you're not
No, he
stuck. You're
slips and
just
fallen prone in the oil.
I should try and help him up, shouldn't I?
No, I gotta do this on my own.
Yeah?
Let me have this.
Have you ever thought about more practical footwear? Maybe some like soft shoe.
Take those words out of your mouth.
Fashion isn't everything.
I bet this monster breathes fire.
I attempt to stand.
Attempt to stand? Yeah, make an athletics or acrobatics where you either try and press yourself up with your strength, or you try and jump up to your feet.
Do a backflip. Do a kick up.
If you roll in that 20, you can describe how you fucking jump up.
And in heels as well. That'd be impressive.
Right.
I'm gonna do athletics because it's slightly better.
Nice.
7.
Oh, that roll.
You do that thing of like every time you try to get up, your hands and legs slip, your face like goes straight into the oily surface. It gets everywhere.
Oh, it's in my mouth. Oh, fuck.
Have you yelled yet?
No.
Okay.
You guys are just
You're
looking
watching
over.
this. You see this though.
Yeah,
From
but
where you are,
flailing over there.
like a fish on the ground.
You're
Just
not that far away.
We're like 10 feet.
Do you need help?
Fine.
I won't help you until you say you need help. So
Safirith, could you please help me? I have fallen, and it is too slippery for me
you didn't
to
need.
get back up.
You don't need to be so sassy. I'm just trying to give you your pride. All right, I'll come back and I'll try and brace my one arm against the wall,
Yeah.
and then try and like.
With the leverage from the wall, I will let you, Etterath,
So dumb.
give it another go with advantage this time.
14.
14.
Did you roll twice?
Yes, I
Jesus, man.
Really?
You grab Safirith's hand and she starts to pull you up, and you manage to get a little bit of leverage on your foot to prop you up. You kind of do a little skating motion on the oil. But
You know the video of the guy with a snow shovel and he spends like half a minute falling? That is you right now, with Safirith just kind of holding your hand while you're skating, going, oh, fuck you.
you guys get up and you're at the foot of the, you're at the foot of the cave.
The guy, you're standing in the oil. He's managed to right himself as you guys look in the mouth.
Can I see anything now that we're in the mouth?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
As you hear the dripping of oil coming from Etterath's like nose and chin dripping onto the ground, just
8.
8.
God.
Yeah, I'm rolling shit.
Looking
You're
into the
rolling
foot of
shit.
the cave, you see the outline of this, what you assume to be the large creature that Agenar warned you about.
Yeah.
And then it starts to move. And it comes a little closer to you. And you get a better look.
Does it roll? Does it walk? What does it do?
You hear the click clank of gears turning, and what you see before you is a hulking mess of metal and limbs, appendages sticking every way.
called it.
There's a load of arms on either side that seem to be spinning like blades. They're all attached to this metal body, this huge hulking metal form.
It looks like a steampunk Akira.
Yeah, a fucked up steampunk Akira. And it's coming towards you.
Without saying anything, I'm just going to pull one copper out of my pocket and just hold it out to Ed.
Without looking, I just take it.
All right. So that's a thing.
Should we yell now?
Yeah, we should probably yell now.
You see 6 legs pop out from metal hatches, and it starts to scurry towards you, and that's where we're going to end this session.
Theater of the Mind Flip.
Thanks for listening to Theatre of the Mind Flayer. We go live on all good podcast apps every Tuesday. If you like what you heard, leave us a review on whatever podcast app you're listening to. If you didn't like it, well, stiff shit, you already listened to it. Reach out to us on Twitter at mindflayer_pod and on Instagram at Theatre of the Mind Flayer. Thanks, babies.